Hello everyone, my name is Ronak and you're watching Vector Art. In today's video, we will create a password manager using WPF and C# and leverage the power of AI to create this application for us. We will not be writing a single piece of code, and this whole application will be developed, rebugged and created by AI, and we will use GitHub Copilot to do so. Not all the features here on the UI are implemented, but I will also explain how to make use of AI and prompts to create or write this code from scratch. And here on this password manager, you can see several functionalities like the stored passwords in a vault. You can also fetch them, you can edit them, you can show the passwords, hide the passwords, add new passwords, edit them and delete them, and so on. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. And for those who haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. It means a lot. It motivates me to create more such videos. So let's get started with the video. And let's start by opening Visual Studio first and create this new project. And let's go ahead and click on new project. Select WPF app with .NET framework. If you do not have it in your recent templates, you can always search over here and you will find the template. So next, let's click on this next button and give this project a name. I'll name this project SecureVault and click on create. So the project is loaded. Let me change the orientation over here and minimize the solution explorer. And this is our main window. And here we have on the right hand side the XAML for it. You will have to log into GitHub Copilot before you start using it. So I have already logged in. So I have this panel over here called GitHub Copilot chat, which will help us in this tutorial to edit the UI and also make changes to our code. So let's see how we can make use of this. So here right now I am in the agent mode, where the agent will take care of writing the code for us. It will also take care of correcting the code, building errors, and resolving them. So that is the power of AI that we are going to leverage today. The model that we are going to use is GPT 4.1. And we can also see how we can make use of the image that we have downloaded. So let me start by writing a prompt over here. I want to create a password manager that can store passwords and also help in generating passwords. I have also attached how the app should look like and what features it should provide. So here is my prompt, and I'll go ahead and also include a file over here. I will upload an image and I'll go to desktop where I have my image. So here I have my image. Let me open it, and everything is fine now. And I will just go ahead and click on send. So now GitHub will do its thing. It will check all the references. It will read the current project. And here you can see it has come up with the requirements of the UI reference. And here it is providing me the breakdown of the main features and UI elements and of our password manager. And here you can see it will have the core feature of storing password entries using name, username, password, website, and last updated. Next, it will provide us the option to organize entries by types: login, card, identity, secure note, and folders. You will also have the search functionality for vault items, password generator tool, copy to clipboard from username, password, and website, show and hide password, edit and delete entries, favorite and trash management. So the UI element, it has captured all the essential elements from the image that we provided. So like the sidebar navigation, center list, and the right pane where the item details are available, like copy, show item, and edit delete options. And of course the username, password, and the website options. So it has read our code over here, and now all the steps are ready to be applied. So I will just keep this file that it has created, which is called the model.cs over here, and it has the password entry class and the folder class. So I'll just click on keep, and let's see what next it performs. So we'll wait. So here it says that the model for password entries and folders have been added successfully with no errors. Next, I recommend updating your main window XAML to start building the UI structure, which has sidebars, item list, details panels, and so on. And when wiring up these models for data binding, so it is asking us for the permission to proceed to these UI changes. So I would just say, yes, please proceed with the changes. And let's see what GitHub Copilot will generate. And let me just switch to the main window.xaml to see what is happening. So to begin with, updating main window.xaml, it will start adding a left sidebar for navigation, a center for vault items, and a right panel. So it is starting the changes to the main window. Here you can see it is editing it. It is starting to write the code. And here you can see it has added the sidebar. And let's wait for this code to complete, because as and when it is writing the code, it will encounter errors, and if there are errors, it will try to fix them by making modifying the code until the right code is written. So here you can see it encountered an error due to use of placeholder text, and it has removed those properties, and now it is again modifying the main window.xaml to fix this code. So here you can see it has created a similar looking UI with all the sections. The first section is the sidebar. Then we have the vault items and the information items, where you can, so the UI is not exactly looking the same, but we can also make those modifications by prompting the AI to do these changes. So all of this is done. I will just click on keep the changes. Let's now read what the final steps are. So the UI layout for our password manager has been updated and all errors have been resolved. The main window now includes the sidebar over here. We have the item list, which is in the middle, and the details panel, which will show in our references. Next step is to wire up our data binding for the password items, entry items, and the folder items. Also implementing actions like copy, show, hide, edit, and delete, and also adding password generator functionality. So now it is asking me if you want these features you want to focus next. So let me just quickly say, yes, please focus on these items next, and let me see what GitHub Copilot will come up with. So now it has written up the steps for wiring up the data for password entry items. Next items is to implement these actions like copy, show, hide, and edit. And finally, add password generator functionality, which is a button to generate a secure password. So now all it is doing is it will update the main window.xaml again to add an observable collection of type password entry for vault items. Next, it will bind the vault list view to the collection, handle selection changes to display details, implement copy to clipboard for username, password, and website, add and show logic, add basic edit and delete functionality, and add a simple password generator method. So now you can see the code behind for main window now supports data binding selections. If I go back here, you can see it has also written the code behind for it. I'll just click on keep these options, and now also I see that there are so many errors in this code that we need to fix. So let's go here to the prompt and say I see build errors, and just click on enter and see what GitHub Copilot will do. The build errors are likely due to missing event handler hookups in main window.xaml for the button action. So it recognizes that these build errors are mostly due to the disconnect between the main window.xaml and the code behind. So it is trying to wire up these event handlers to the corresponding methods in the code behind to resolve these build errors. So now it is making changes to the main window.xaml to provide these event handlers, and now it is building the application, and here you can see the build is successful. And now you can interact with the password manager and select entries, copy fields, and so on. Now I know that this password is, so let's go to the code behind and see what the add password, or let's see where the option to add a password is, so we have show password, delete password, and generate password. And let me run the application first and see it in action. So now you can see the application is running, and you can see that there is no option to add a password. You can edit a password, delete a password, and so on. So here you can see I have some passwords over here, and it shows you the name, but you do not understand what these text box mean. So there are no placeholder text and no option to add a password. So let's here you can see there is a button to add a password, but you cannot it does not have the functionality to add a password. So let's close this, stop the application. And it is saying that you can also interact with the password manager UI, select entries, copy fields, and so on. And we did that, and then we need a few more functionalities. First, please add labels to the input fields to make them clear fields, and also provide the functionality to add new passwords. Now let's see what GitHub provides, and it is generating the responses. And here you can see I will make the following improvements: add labels to the input fields, name, username, password, website in the details panel for clarity, and add a button and logic to allow users to add new password entries. So it has made this changes, and it has also provided the event handler to add new password. And also it has made changes to the main UI to let me keep this, to make these labels visible on the input controls. So this is done. So let me save this and see what task can be done. So labels have been added to all the input fields, and you can now add new password entries using the add button, which we did. And the build is successful, which is good, and the new functionality is ready to use. If you want further customization to the add or edit workflow, or add password generation to the UI, let me know. So right now, let's first run this application and see if it works as expected. So here is our UI, which is looking kind of bland. But let's say I will store LinkedIn, username John Doe, password, let's say, which is not visible, and you can show the password using this button, which is not working, like you see. And let's give www.johndoe.com, and let's see if the add button works. And that works perfectly fine. And you can see you can still improve this UI much more. And you can also use this search functionality to search for passwords when the list gets bigger. So all of these functionalities can be added. So let's tackle them one by one. And instead of these buttons, I would like to have icons, so that the application looks much more appealing. So let's see if we can ask GitHub Copilot to add icons instead of these buttons. And you replace these buttons with icons in the all items side panel. Let's see what it comes up with. So I will update the all items sidebar to replace the text buttons with icon buttons, and I will use built-in WPF icons to demonstrate .NET Framework 4.8 WPF features. So let's see if we can if it can come up with these icons using the path geometry. So, and it also says that if you want custom svg or png icons, you can replace them with a path geometry with image controls. So we can do that. Of course, instead of these buttons, we can add image controls, and those will help us in making the UI look much more appealing. So let me keep these, and this is a leap forward, which is way better than what we had before. So now I think this is nice, but still I want these icons to be smaller, or these buttons to be smaller, and also have the labels as text. So each icon can have the labels for these actions. So also add content in the buttons, or let's say also add text next to the icons to bring more clarity to the functions. So I will update the sidebar in main window.xaml to display both the icons and the text for each button, making the functionality clear and visually appealing, of course. And it is proceeding with changes to the updates. And and as you can see here, it has slowly started adding all the um, text, and I think it is done doing it. One more thing that I want to do is align the content of these buttons to left, and also make the button background transparent. So there you go, guys. You can see how easy it is to make these changes on the fly. I have not written a single piece of code to create this application, and you can see how easy it is to make these changes. Let's go back to the image that we had, and see what the changes we need to make this application much more appealing. So now let's make the background of the which is, what is the stack panel called, item list. Okay, so I want the background of the item list panel in a lighter shade of gray. And here you can see the change in the color. And now I will ask, please update the buttons in the item information panel to have rounded edges, and also have icons, and make them colorful. Now it is processing the prompt, and here you can see it automatically recognizes that it has to update the add, edit, and delete button in the item information panel to have rounded edges and include relevant icons. So it is right now working on this. So here, this time I will use emoji for icons and set the button style directly in XAML for .NET Framework 4.8 WPF. So it is asking me to proceed with updates, and I will just click on keep over here to keep all the updates that it is doing. You might have to click keep several times because it is doing a lot of changes. And here you can see how nicely it has updated these buttons. And all of this is you done using the resources. So if you go to the top of the window, you should, let's click on this add button over here, and here you can see, let me minimize this for now. And here you can see how beautifully it has constructed it, and the resources that it has used to change the look and feel of these buttons. I also want to update the copy and show button. So, and also we observed that the show button was not working. So to fix that, let's see what the code behind has for this. So it has click, copy and show. So the show password wasn't working. So let's see if we have the code behind for it written. So yes, the show button is available, and let's see if this has been fixed in our recent updates. So before that, I would like to make one more change to the UI, and let's go to GitHub Copilot. I'll pin this again, and here I will ask GitHub to add, also add the same look as add delete buttons to the copy and show buttons. I'll let GitHub do its magic, and it is proceeding with these changes. One is the rounded edges, an appropriate icon for copy and show, distinct colors, consistent height and padding. And I'll click on keep several times. So there you go. The copy and show buttons are also fixed. I also want the text boxes. I also want to change the change how the text box looks. I want to have the text box. I want rounded edges to the for the text box. Let's see if it can add rounded edges to the text boxes. So for some reason, the password button, the password text box did not change. So I will have to ask again GitHub Copilot to fix the password button. Sorry, password text box. The password text box did not change to have rounded edges. So let's see how it fixes it. So it is saying that it will add a custom style for the password box using the windows.resource and apply it to the password box in our details panel. So it is right now fixing the code. And there you go. It has changed our password text box to have rounded edges. It is finalizing a few things before it will stop editing the code. So there you can see the password box in the details panel has rounded edges matching the look of our text box control. And if you read for if we need more further enhancements, we can always ask GitHub Copilot to apply these changes. So let's save this and run this application and see if we have an application that runs perfectly fine. So here we have more items which we have not programmed yet, but you can always ask GitHub Copilot to add these functionalities. You have the two added users. So if you on click of them, it will load these items. If you click on show, it shows us the password. You can hide the password. You can also ask GitHub Copilot to change this button text to hide and show based on the button click. So right now it should be hide, and when you click on hide, it should hide the password and the text should be changed to show. You can also copy the password, and if I copy and let's say if I paste, let's see what happens. So it has copied the password and pasted it. You can also ask GitHub Copilot to enable encryption and decryption of this password. You can also set a master password to log into this application, and you can also add support for SQLite or database so that you can store these passwords in the database securely. So hope you understand how we can leverage the power of AI and agentic AI to make use it in programming and do programming so much more efficiently and easily without even touching the code. So here today in our example, I have not done a single piece of coding, and everything was done by the AI just using simple prompts. So hope you all liked watching this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up, like, share, and do subscribe to my channel. Till then, bye bye.